के करीमनगर।
Hello. Good afternoon to all of you. I welcome all of you to the third day national workshop on advanced research methodologies in agriculture extension, virtually conducted and organized by the Department of Agriculture Extension Education, Agriculture College Bapatla, with the financial assistance from IDP and NAARM. And now I request Dr. V. Jyoti, Associate Professor of the Department, to introduce today's speaker, Dr. P. Venkatesan, who is delivering the topic on thematic analysis using Nvo 12 software. Okay, Dr. Jyoti. I welcome Dr. P. Venkatesan, resource person of today's topic, principal scientist working in NAARM, Hyderabad.
Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me immense pleasure to present a brief biodata of Dr. P. Venkatesan, who started his career at Krishi Vignan Kendra, Gangigram Rural Institute. He was selected as Senior Scientist in Extension Systems Management Division at NAARM in 2014. He assumed charge as Principal Scientist in 2017 in the same division of the Academy. He has more than 45 publications to his credit. He has several awards. To mention the best, IAF Benevolent Fellowship for undergraduation, for pursuing undergraduation. He has got this during 1990 to 1994. Certificate of Achievement from Commonwealth Secretariat and Ministry of SSI and ARI Government of India during 2006. Certificate of Appreciation from MSSRF 2010 in 2010. Best Extension Professional Award from Society of Extension Education, Angra during 2017. Outstanding Achievement Award in the second International Conference of Food and Agriculture, organized at Jharkhand in 2018. He has several awards. He is having ICAR JRF Fellowship for pursuing the post-graduation during 95 to 97. Has several Best Oral Presentation Awards, Poster Presentation Awards. His areas of interest include indigenous technical knowledge, participatory technology development, technology assessment and refinement, tribal development, communication skills, then farmer producer company. He has several publications. Research publications counts to about 45. He is an expert in publishing policy papers. So he has, to mention, State Agricultural Infrastructure Development Program, SAID, Plan for Agricultural Research and Extension through strengthening of KVKs, Technology Resource Centers, Atma and Kisan Call Centers under RKVY for 12th plan. It is funded by Department of Agriculture, Government of Telangana. He has several books also he has published. To mention a few, he has published one book in 2015 that is Indigenous Tribal Agricultural Practices. Agrobios India has published it. And then another book on indigenous people. This he has published in 2017. Intech are the publishers. This is his brief biodata. And I welcome the speaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you for a great introduction. Yes, good afternoon, friends. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, good afternoon, friends, and moreover, most of about 89 plus of them, they have joined also. And other than the participants from Agriculture Extension Division of Angro. And yes, friends, hello. I think most of you may be hearing me, is it not?
It is audible, sir.
Yes, I am audible, quite audible, right? Yes, whether the students as well as the person who is attending, because I happen to see a person from KVK, Karimnagar, and Danduji, and Dr. Krishna, and most of others also. Whether do you have any idea regarding thematic analysis? Yes, sir, going with Dr. I don't know his name, KVK Karimnagar. Do you have any idea regarding the thematic analysis?
No, sir. Just now, 15 days before only I joined in this KVK.
Oh, KVK has nothing to do with this. So what is your area of specialization, doctor?
Okay. So thematic representation, I don't know, sir, exactly.
Achha.
Yeah, sir. Only,
what is your area of specialization?
Yes, sir.
What is your area of specialization?
My specialization is perception and adaptability, sir, in PhD. Perception and adaptability towards climate variables.
Okay, okay.
On pattern.
Whether you have seen any thematic analysis in that area of research?
No, sir, I not observed actually.
Yeah, okay, okay, okay. Great to work in KVK actually, because KVK, I was in KVK scientists or the real warriors who are working during the COVID situation. It's great to see you. Right. Anyone else who do know what is thematic analysis? Whether you have seen any papers or publication on thematic analysis?
No, sir, not actually.
Yes, sir. Dr. Santosh, whether you have seen, Bibu Santosh, whether you have seen any publication? Not to discuss to you more, because most of you are, there is a great task to have a session after lunch. That is not for the speaker, for the person who is hearing. Because as the students also, I happen to see, they are in a mood of having a sleep, short nap. Is it not, friends? Say yes or no, but because you can't speak, say yes by nodding your head like this or like this, or say yes or no. Because I happen to see along with Dr. Abhinandan, some of the students who are sitting there, And can you say, or you disgusted to have a session by afternoon, or else say yes or no? Yes, sir. Behind you, madam. 3 girls are there. Yes, can you say whether you are disgusted to have a session, or else say or nod your head so that I can understand?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. No, I am not asking whether you know thematic analysis or not. I am just asking whether you are interested to have a session by afternoon or morning.
Yes, sir.
Morning or afternoon?
Oh, afternoon also it is okay, sir.
Okay, what to do, sir? It is we are students, so we have to sit, sir. That is the situation, is it not?
No, sir. Afternoon also usually we attend the classes, so there is no problem.
Like that, it ought not to be the usual situation, because I was asking the question without going ahead with the mic, because based on that also we can go ahead with the analysis part. That is, if you are nodding the head like this, saying yes. If you are nodding the head like this, saying no, based on that also the analysis part goes ahead with. Because I will be teaching on thematic analysis. After that, I will be going ahead with the Nvo software also. Those software, that software, it is being used by the psychiatrist also. Because some of you would have seen the psychiatrist in the hospital. They use this Nvo software to assess a person. Because when a person is speaking, if a person is moving his eye left, right, top, or left down, or right top, or right down, we can assess a person whether he is just grasping something or speaking, or in between, if a person is giving a gap, what is the gap which relies with? Okay. And most of you are from agriculture extension background, is it not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, I will go ahead with my presentation. No more to discuss to you. Whether my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, friends, the thematic analysis, now the session will be on the thematic analysis and the steps which are involved in the thematic analysis. After that, we will have a look over the use of Nvo 12 software too. And yes, friends, you may be knowing what exact we used to do with when being a social scientist in the methods of identifying the concepts in the social science research, that is extension research too. That is, we go with the source, with the past experience, the past studies which are there, with the scientific reports and the thesis in the department and the expert panels and the judgment rating of that and the field experience and interacting with the stakeholder. These are the sources from which we identify the concept, is it not? Yes. And here it is being said because most of our research is starting from library and ending up in library itself. And there are many problems which are there when we are going with the past study or thesis or the field experience interacting with the stakeholders too. That is, we go ahead with the problem of stereotyping, because we do have the predetermined mind based on which we are going to the stakeholders and getting the information from them. And moreover, irrelevant to the context, sometimes we may get enough information, we will dump all the information, and most of the information may not be prone towards that. And moreover, the misspecification and over identification may be there, and lack of a full field application. Because sometimes we may get something, because now also a person from KVK Karimnagar, he said that he had a research on the climate resilient agriculture, the adaptability part. There also, we used to collect many things. We used to go with the meta-analysis or the review paper. But however, the adaptability part, whether we are restricting to the core, no. Because we go ahead with all over identification of the things, because now based on the latest concept. For example, most of you may be having your study on livelihood index, and most of you on the knowledge assessment, or else on training need assessment. Moreover, one of the the person, the assistant professor who introduced me, she had done enough work on happiness index, because I saw her presentation in one of the forum also. And there also, we are not exactly going ahead with the specific part of identification of the concept, rather than putting everything which is there at. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so these are the characteristics of a qualitative research method. So the qualitative, because you may now know what is the quantitative as well as qualitative, because I happen to see there was a session by Dr. Seduraman Shivkumar. He would have given a great depiction about how the quantitative analysis are to be made, and after my session, tomorrow there will be a session by Dr. Dandabani also. He will be giving enough emphasis how to go ahead with the quantitative analysis part also. The main thing in the qualitative research method is we go to the area and we used to get the information at the site. Collect the information at the site, because it is based on the personal touch of feeling. Because unless otherwise, the main thing is, I said the extension scientists or the various who are working, because they go to the field and search for the data, that is the qualitative research part. None other person is going to the research part, and they're going, it is a lab oriented research, but not exactly going with the qualitative research part. And moreover, we used to go with the interview schedule and observation, documentation, and we used to collect enough information. We used to have multiple data, and the main crux is we will go ahead with the proper inference, because first we will be going with the broad aspect. After that, we will be culling out the smaller aspects prone towards that and coming out with the meaning which is towards that. The main thing is, unless or otherwise, we transform this qualitative data into a quantifiable form. There is no other person to do that. Actually, we, the extension scientists or the social scientists who are working, because some may be getting job as the extension professionals, and some may be as the extension researchers, and some as the extension worker too. At that condition, you ought to go ahead with the quantification of the qualitative data. And there are enough, definitions which are given by, and according to Brown and Clark's, he said that the thematic analysis is a method of identifying, organizing, and offering insight into the pattern of the meaning across the data set. Insight means the total theme inbuilt within that. And moreover, it is the collection of data which gives a meaningful information pertaining to that. And moreover, it is a common way of having a sense towards what is the commonality or what is the main thing which is going ahead with. And in the thematic analysis, we used thematic analysis because it is an alternative method for construct specification. Because you may be knowing what is concept, what is construct, and what is variable too. And it is the alternative method for construct specification in extension research. And as I have already said, we can go ahead with the generation of data through stakeholder interview, case studies, success stories, and through media report also. And the thematic analysis, we will go ahead with identification, analyzing, and reporting pattern theme within the data. The source may be different. That is newspaper also. With the newspaper cutting, if you go ahead with, you can find enough data. There was a film in Tamil, Thani Urvan, where the police officer from the childhood, he will go ahead with the newspaper and find who are the gangsters and how they are going ahead with. That is also a method, a thematic analysis which is inbuilt. And moreover, you would have also done the same during the 12th, 10th standard also, because you do have enough books to be read during the PG or PhD also. Because now also, for example, in my days during the PG, I studied Advi Reddy, G.L. Roy book, Karlinger's book. And we used to note, that is a highlight the point, based on that the concept behind will be taken into consideration. After that, we may go for the examination. That is the thing which is going on everywhere. And moreover, with the social media also, with the blog, I think you would have seen most of the blogs posts in CRISP and ICAR. From that also, we can come out with the conclusion part, with the case studies also. And this qualitative research is not with the sources which are in the hard copy. You can also go with one-to-one interview, and or else a focus group discussion, or else with the observation, ethnographic research can be done in this. As I have already said, the theme is the hidden pattern in the data, the hidden pattern. Because if you see the total screen, there are enough things. From this, what are the data which can be collected? That is most important. That is based on the research question. Because whenever you're going with any proposals or your thesis also, first you will be going ahead with the research question, because you may know how to go ahead with the research question. Based on that, you can find out the construct and the hidden pattern or the theme behind that also. And for this, we can find out the theme. For example, if I'm having a conversation, I don't know exactly your name, ma'am. Actually, one girl, she said that, no, sir, it is usual. We used to have the class by afternoon also. Yes, if I do have the conversation with her twice or thrice, she will be depicting most of the things, and most prevalent thing can be taken as a data item across the data set. Afternoon, if she is uttering the word, based on the utterance of the word, how many times the word is being uttered, based on that we can find out, that is the prevalence of the data items. There is a number of instances she mentioned, number of times she repeated the same word. With that also we can find out. It is not exactly, I am saying about the prevalence of the word, not exactly about the cliche, because in your course, the communication, they would have taught what is cliche, is it not? Hello? And
Yes,
that is
sir.
the cliche. Cliche means most frequently uttered. Is it not, Dr. From, I don't know your name, from Karimnagar? Cliche. Cliche means, for example, if I am speaking, in between there will be a filler word. The so in between. Yes, 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 because, yes, why? Because you are from Andhra. Moreover, if I ask to speak in English, you will be speaking most a sentence within 2 or 3 sentences. You may be using why because, endukante. Is it not? That is cliche. That is different. I am saying about the prevalence of the word which is most frequently uttered, not the filler word. Got it? Because Dr. Abhinandan sir also knows, because some of the speaker from north, they used to speak in between, they used to say jokey, jokey, jokey. That is a cliche. That is different. And I am speaking about the instant or the theme of the word which is frequently uttered, and sometimes the keenness also. For example, if I'm speaking about the climate resilient agriculture, some key themes will be there inbuilt that should also be taken into consideration. For example, if I'm speaking about something about the happiness index, happiness, and there I have to find the theme inbuilt, the keenness. Sometimes a person may say in different other mode that should also be taken into consideration for identifying the theme, not only the prevalence of the instance, but also the keenness of the theme. And regarding the thematic analysis, there are 2 types of thematic analysis. One is with presence or absence of the predefined framework, which can be subdivided into 2, that is inductive method and deductive method. And most of you may be knowing what is the inductive, that is bottom-up approach, and the deductive, it is top-down approach. And the first part, if you see the inductive method, it is data-driven. Data-driven in the sense, the research may have that is, he may the coding the data without trying to fit into the pre-existing code, because already existing code is not there, and he will be going ahead with the new and relatively unexplored topic. For example, if you are going with the topic which is not explored, then it is with the bottom-up approach. And if you are sometimes, it may be analytical driven also, that is analyst driven, that is top-down approach, because we scientists do have our own idea. Some of you may be doing your PhD and some PhD, and you may have the same topic and with the minor modification in PhD, because you do have enough idea regarding that particular topic. Likewise, each and every scientist do have their own idea based on that, based on the area of interest, based on the analytical part, they will go ahead with. That is the top-down approach. For example, if you ask me, most of my research are on indigenous knowledge. So if you see my papers, I will go ahead with the next what ahead. For example, if it is the documentation of the indigenous knowledge, what next it can happen, because the way forward system, but how here I will be having my own part of interest which is prone towards that. That is top down. So this one of the two approaches is presence or absence with the predefined framework, which can be subdivided into bottom-up approach and the top-down approach, that is inductive and deductive method. And this is the glimpse of how we go ahead with. But however, yes, other approach is a level at the theme or to be identified. That is the thematic and or explicit approach. That is for example, seeing a paragraph itself, seeing a depiction itself, before the person speak itself, with the surface area, we can identify something, we can conceptualize something. That is the explicit approach. And sometimes if you are going in depth into the data, beyond the semantic content, and examine the underlying idea and assumptions, and conceptualize the ideology, that is the latent or interpretative approach. For example, when Dr. Yegezing and the DG of ICAR, they came and they saw enough documentation. One such documentation was on Inspire, Innovate and Change. That is a documentation of the farm innovation, farmers innovation, indigenous knowledge and success stories. At the time, he asked, that is what beyond? You have done this much, what beyond? Then we went with the interpretative approach, that is in-depth examining of underlying ideas. And after that, we went to the mapping study. Likewise, for each and every study, we should not go with the peripheral part. For example, seeing a paragraph itself, by seeing all of you, I can't judge that it is the theme which is underlying, but we have to have the interpretative approach also. Yes, friends, and now you do know the first approach is with presence or absence, and the second approach is with the level at which the theme is identified. Okay, and the thematic analysis, as we have already had enough discussion, it is the analysis of the qualitative data in many disciplines and fields, not only with that is. For example, you can have the field study, that is a study on the climate resilient agriculture, because enough studies are there. The qualitative data are not taken into consideration, because we are going ahead with the quantitative aspects also. We don't know how to convert the qualitative data into a quantifiable form. And moreover, it is one of the method, the cluster method, which can be used. Here I will show in Nvo how to go ahead with the cluster depiction of what is the pattern or the meaning across the data set also. And next is it is identifying the themes of the pattern which is there, and there are different version which is there, which is sometimes subjective to. And if you want to go ahead with the phases of thematic analysis, there are 6 steps which are involved as per Brown and Clark. That is, the first is familiarizing with the data and generating the initial code and searching for the theme and reviewing the theme and defining and naming the theme and producing the report. And familiarizing the data, that is transcribing, reading the data and noting down the initial ideas. Then after that, generating the initial ideas means coding the interest features in a systematic fashion and searching for the theme, collating the ideas or the codes which is there and reviewing the theme and defining and naming the theme exactly and producing the report. And because now you may be confused to what he's saying, the familiarizing with the data and generalizing with the initial code, etc. Yes, for that step, that step had been elaborated enough for you. Actually, that is in the steps which are involved in thematic analysis is first defining the research problem and question and decide on the source of data collection and collect the data in a systematic way and transcription and the translation of the verbal data and familiarizing yourself with your data and generating the initial code or labels and searching for the theme and reviewing the theme and defining, naming the theme and writing the report. Let us go one by one. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Audible, sir.
one of the student can read this. What exactly is written? The first step, I said that the defining the research problem and question. What is the research problem? What is written there? Kindly hand over the mic to one person and they can read. Yes. Yes. You're not able to see that, I think. The screen is visible or not? Yes, or else I will read myself.
It is visible.
It is visible, sir. It is
Yeah,
visible.
then you can read because first step is defining the research problem and question.
Shall I read, sir?
Yes, sir.
Say, an Atari director wishes to computerize its work environment of all the KVKs in their zone by providing computers to all SMS. The purpose of this effort is to improve the work efficiency of the SMS in performing extension and office tasks. Since computerization is an expensive task, the director wishes to know how the computerization will be effective when it is done in full scale. Precisely, he wishes to know the factors which influence computer utilization by SMS. This task is assigned to an SMS extension who is working in Atari.
Yes, ma'am. It is stop. Yes, here the research problem is there. Based on the research problem, you are going with the definition, that is defining the research question also. What is the research question on? What are the factors which influence computer utilization behavior of SMS? SMS means a subject matter specialist in the Krishi Vigyan Kendra. Right? Now you are knowing how to go ahead with defining the research problem and research question. Okay. And after that, the second step is deciding on the source of data. Because this was one of the method, the thematic analysis, we went with the physical presence of the participants. After that, we had the verbatim also. I will say how the verbatim was collected and how we went with the thematic analysis part. And the second step is to decide the source of data, whether you are going with audio recording or video recording or in-depth interview or telephonic interview or blog post, case studies, news clippings, and success stories. For example, when we had there is a workshop with the farmers from about 25 states were called to NAARM. That is the 5 categories of farmers were called, and they were asked to say about the perception on doubling the farmers' income, because most of the person who are sitting at the top, they are framing the idea, but we don't know whether the farmers do. What is the perception of the farmers? In that, we went with the video recording of the depiction which were made by the farmers. So that was our source. And sometimes you can go with the Delphi method also. You can go ahead with the telephonic. During the COVID situation, you can't go with the survey. You can get the information from the farmers or the ultimate stakeholder or phone also. But it ought to be recorded, because now with the Android phone, the recording option is also there. And those are the data, the sources from which you are going to do that. And collection of a data in a systematic way. Sometimes we used to go with the interview schedule, sometimes with the questionnaire part, sometimes with the telephonic interview, sometimes with audio, video recording from news clippings as such. And from this, the third step, as I said, the data collection in a systematic way. From this data collection, we will get the data corpus. What is that? Data corpus. Data corpus, all the data you collect for your research. For example, initially, Dr. Abhinandan sir, he may be knowing, we were having one strip, one card was there. We used to go to library. We used to, for review also, review of literature, we used to collect, we used to write the name of the author, and after that, what the author said also. One card was there, literature review card. Initially, we used to go ahead with that. Now, enough software are there. Yeah, at that time, enough software also were not there. We used to go with the long sheet with the boxes, the columns and rows where we used to write. And after that, the analysis part was done. And here I want to say, because of for review of literature also, we used to collect maximum information, that is starting year-wise. For example, if I am having a research on a particular topic, we used to write down and we used to compile the total review of literature. That is a data corpus, right? The next step is the transcription or the translation of the verbal data. That is the data corpus. Now you have collected all the data corpus related to your area of research. The subset of data corpus is data set. The data set for a particular analysis, based on that, you can collect for a particular analysis. For example, if you are having a research on training need assessment or knowledge or awareness or perception, anything regarding a particular set of area, that is a pulses alone, and after that you are coming down to pinpointing to red gram alone, and it will be with, what to say, it is a data set. So the subset of the data corpus is data set. And after that, you have to select the data items from the data set, which can be possible with in-depth interview. So from the data corpus, you will be getting data set. From the data set, you will be getting data item, right? And after that, the transcription part. The transcription part, here we have to go ahead with the orthographic transcription, taking into all the information that is a verbal and non-verbal communication. For example, I said that the farmers from all the states were called and I was not knowing their language. Some may be speaking in Gujarati, some may be in Bengali, some may be in, because I don't know 2 or 3 languages. Other than that, I don't know the language which is being depicted by the farmers exactly. There we have to go ahead with the transcription. Moreover, we have not intimated that this question will be asked to the farmers initially, because we want to study their perception, that is exact perception. For example, if you students are coming with your teacher, then you will be going ahead with the same slang of questions which you do have. So we have not asked any question to the farmer. That we said that there is a workshop, and moreover, the farmers are the delegates for let's listen to the farmers. And they came here. After that, all of a sudden a slip was given, and they were accompanied with the person from, and they were asked to give their information in their own language about the perception of doubling the farmer's income. And it was written in their own language, that is transcription. That is the first part, is transcription. If a farmer from Telugu is coming, that a Telugu speaking farmer is coming, the first part, it is to be written in Telugu first. That is transcription. After that, it had to be translated to English. That is translation part. And here, first, whatever he is depicting, it is a verbatim. And the verbatim transcription is very much needed. After that, the back translation is also needed. And after that, English translation, and after that, back English translation, and the data item is ready. Likewise, the flow will go like this. That is verbatim in original version will be there. After that, you are going with the data analysis, and after that, it will be translated. There will be transcription in the own language, and after that, it will be translated by 2 persons in English. After that, once again, it had to be translated to English, and after that, back translation to the original version. This is the method which we used to do for the thematic analysis in the, that is a physical mode. Yes, madam. Now, once again to you, because the mic is with you, ma'am. Is it not? Yes, sir. I said verbatim because it is a depiction by Ganesh Sharma, the subject matter specialist of plant protection, because I have, now we know the research problem and research question. He has depicted something. What he has depicted? Yes. This is verbatim 1. Likewise, we used to give the set of verbatim. Yes, if any one of you from Agriculture Extension Division, students, can any one of you read?
It is a good idea to have computer in my desk, and I would love to use it. Though I have a laptop at my home, my son always uses it, and I hardly get time to work with it. If it is in my office desk, I can try whatever I get free. I can try whenever I get a free time and explore new applications. When I was in NAARM, Hyderabad last month, I learned how Facebook and Twitter can be used to create farmers groups and exchange information on new agriculture technologies. Though I am not good in managing Facebook, I can get help from colleagues through SMS who has an active FB account. I know computers can help to improve the extension work and still ignorant on how it will be used for field-oriented programs.
Thank you. What is your name, ma'am?
Dr. Ganesh Sharma, Plant Protection.
No, what is your name, I'm asking?
Sneha, sir.
Huh?
Sneha, sir.
Sneha. Yes, Sneha. Sneha ji, see here. After a Facebook account, there is a dot.
Yes, sir.
There, what to say, he would have given a gap because it was a video recording. After that, it was a, I said that we have to go with the transcription and translation. As he was a subject matter specialist, he gave the depiction in English, but however, he stopped for a while.
Okay, sir.
So I have said to you, see here, the orthographic transcription, that is a viewing, stopping, thinking, and in between also, it should be taken into consideration. So for that sake, dot was given. Sometimes some of a person, they used to read without giving a gap or a stop or a pause when there is a comma, when there is a full stop also. There may be some person, but we have to notify that also while we are going ahead with the transcription. So this is a depiction about which was given by Ganesh Sharma, the subject matter specialist, plant protection, and this is called as verbatim. During the start also, he had enough gap, hesitant enough. After that, he started with. So that gap is also to be noted. And after that, we are going with familiarizing about your data. That is, now you have collected enough data. That is, you have went with the transcription part and the translation part. You have to read one by one, the sentence by sentence, and go look for a meaning of the patent which is inbuilt with that, and spend more time in familiarizing the data and with the audio recording also to find the accuracy part. So till 5th step, it is known. Next is generating the initial codes or labels. Initial codes or labels, it is initial coding or the labeling involves the pith labels, because we used to have labels or a strip And because whenever we are communicating with the hierarchical person, we used to have the labels. Likewise, the label coding should be there, and a data extract should be there. And this can be done when you are going with the color markers also, the highlighter also. Sometimes for analysis part, we used to highlight the sum of the area, which is more prone towards the concept or differences or the differences in opinion also. And this generating the initial code, we can extract the data and prepare the long list of codes with the data extract. Yes, Dr. Sneha, you can, because the same thing, the Ganesh Kumar, now you have seen the verbatim, is it not? Are you having the mic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You read already, you have read this verbatim, and this verbatim, you do know that. And after that, you have to highlight the most important points, sometimes unique or sometimes prone towards your research question, and come out with the initial codes. For example, good idea to have a computer is a computer acceptance part. And I have laptop at my home. It is the availability of computer at a part and intention to use the computer. I hardly get time to work with it. So this is with the open-ended question. You are going ahead with the open-ended question. He is giving enough information. In focus group discussion also, you can get enough information, but however, we are not bothered about coding the data and getting the data extract and indicate the parenthesis part. From this verbatim, the specific verbatim, 3 initial data codes were generated. And the data code, I said, it may be due to based on the several times of repetition of the same matter. And sometimes the unique or surprising or newness of something. And sometimes pinpointing the importance of something and using the familiar or the similar words which had already been published in the reports. And it also include the relevant things to your research question. Because all the themes should be relevant to your research question, but however, see how many times it is being repeated and the newness and the importance and the familiarization part. And other point is whenever you are having the survey, thematic analysis, you be unbiased, because so for that you can have with your friends also, or else you will be biased with your predetermined ideas and code as many potential data as possible, because that is also the thing, because if you code maximum data, after that you can club them and come to the concern part. And remember that you can code individual extract of the data in many different themes as much as it fits. After that, if it is not fitting, you can remove that from that. And this is one of the thematic analysis which was done with the physical analysis part, taking into construct the 2 constructor, that is the research, that is organizational support, and based on which we went with the attribute part and the variables part too. And the next step which is to be done is searching for the theme. And for this, you have to find the coherent information. You have collected the codes, and you have to select and sort out the coherent information and make it into a theme. That is, it is something like mind mapping, and forming a table, sub-theme. Based on that, it is a sorting method exactly which is being used for searching for theme. And once again, you have sorted out all the themes. After that, you will be going ahead with the reviewing and refining of the theme based on the internal homogeneity and external heterogeneity. Sometimes if you are framing a theme and you are placing all the codes in that, and if it is not fitting, and you can have a review and you can remove that out, and you can place in other theme where the label or the code fits with. And defining and naming the themes, after that you can go ahead with the naming of the theme, because the theme you went with the mind map, now you are clear with based on the coherency and the internal consistency you came out with, and now you can go ahead with the appropriate naming of the theme. And this is one such which was done at NAARM along with CRISP, CTCRA, Dr. Sedraman Shivakumar was also there and managed. We had that is one program on capacity need assessment, for which we went with the the thematic analysis part. For example, if you see here the yellow colors of the theme, based on which all the person who wrote something, a code related to that was captured there. After that, something were irrelevant, they were placed accordingly in other themes which were suitable for that. And likewise, for the work which had already been done, we went with and we found the perceived usefulness, the extent of which the respondent believed that the using computer will increase his or her job performance within an organization context. And this is, as I said, the perceived usefulness is one of the construct and organizational theme. Based on that, the sub-theme were also depicted here, and the indicator, because one of you said you only read how to go ahead with the coding part. Based on that, the codes were there, and those codes were extracted from the statements exactly. And after that, the report writing. This is the checklist which you ought to do while data extract and the coding data, as well as translating data and creating a model and assessing the trustworthiness of the synthesis. Moreover, I will be going ahead with the software. Before that, the application part of the thematic analysis is you can find out the research theme or the new area where you can concentrate with. Because now you have said that adaptability of farmers on climate change, that is the service quality, because you may be involved in NICRA project. Likewise, you can go ahead with the new themes and construct conceptualization in a new ways based on the in-depth interview with the stakeholders. And moreover, NAARM being the policy advocacy division of ICAR, we go ahead with the policy analysis also based on the conceptual visualization of the key themes and the concept embedded with these policies. So for example, now you can see Farmer First is there, Vatica is there, Firm is there. There are a humpty number of schemes and programs which are there in agriculture extension. That is, you can find out, and based on that, because based on the sustainable development goals, you can bifurcate or trifurcate based on that 7 or 14. You can make the classification. We can find out which are the schemes are prone towards that. Likewise, you can have the analysis part. This is one way, but it is not the exact way. You can go ahead with other ways also. And likewise, the extension strategy development for successful intervention, because there are successful intervention with we have many case studies, many documentation, and we have many meta-analysis are also being made. Many social network analysis is also being done, but we don't know how to go ahead with the strategy development based on the successful intervention. For example, now from Karimnagar, one of you are here, you would have seen that this or the data set I have collected, but I don't know how exact to pinpoint that and how I can go ahead with the strategy development or replication of that or upscaling or outscaling of that. For that sake, this thematic analysis will be very much needed. And yes, friends, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it is a depiction about the thematic analysis. The thematic analysis part also, 1 minute. Now I am able to see, right? Okay. Thematic analysis part I have said, and the thematic, for this, we went into the thematic analysis. 1 minute. My screen is seeing screen. This one. Yeah. See here, I have said about the research question and the problem. which was asked to each and everyone. And after that, the source of data was collected. And these are the verbatim. One was Ganesh Sharma, likewise from Sushil, and from Sangan and Mishra. And after that, we do have enough, that is verbatim. This verbatim, we gave the initial codes. After that, initial codes were placed here, and the sub-themes were noted down. And after that, we linked the sub-themes with the codes. And after that, the review process was done, and the thematic map was found out. And after that, we went with the report writing. Okay. Now we will go ahead with this is to show that yes, you are with you ought to know how we physically we can go with the thematic analysis rather than the software too. And the game is not over. The game will begin now only. That is, now we will go ahead with how to go ahead with that is introduction with Nvo interface. Nvo 12, first it was Nvo 11 when we purchased. It is a perpetual model which can be changed. It will be changing, and moreover, being an educational institute, you can go ahead with the purchase with 50,000 rupees. Dr. Abhinandan sir can purchase this Nvo software for your division, which is 50,000 rupees only for the teaching division. And for others, it is around 80,000 who are going with the research part. So this software can be purchased, and it is available in GEM also, if it is to be purchased through GEM. And now I will be, moreover, yes, friends, you may be not exactly knowing how to go ahead with the Nvo software, or else you can go ahead with the trial version with the Nvo software, which will be available for 14 days only. You can go ahead with I will send the link, and based on that, you can go ahead with the Nvo software, and there you can use it for 14 days with your mail address. After that, with your friend's mail address, once again with 14 days, right? That is an easy possible way. If till Dr. Abhinandan sir purchased that, you can go ahead with the thematic analysis in a trial version. That is, now I will be going ahead with the introduction to the Nvo interface, and the data and the response entry, and the creation of the word cloud and word frequency chart. And I said that the thematic analysis is used for cluster, that is a word tree chart and creation of node. After that, we will be going ahead with the matrix coding and the cross tabulation, charts and graph diagram, and framework matrix and comparison of text analysis, etc. Right? I will show the software and Nvo 12, but you can go ahead with the tutorial part also. From there also you can find it out. Are you able to see this?
No,
Yes,
sir.
Nvo 12, it is coming. It is coming, right? It is a user-friendly software, and moreover, first, you friends, you can go with the trial version, because now trial version is available. Students can't afford with 50,000 rupees at this time. You can go ahead with the trial version. When you open the Nvo 12 software, there will be a blank screen. For example, blank screen, already some more there. I will go ahead with 222, right? Okay. You can give your own title. For example, if I am going with the happiness index, I can go with the title. If I am going with the other title also, I can go ahead with. And moreover, because of for a depiction part as a lecturate, I will go ahead with the 222. And this software, Nvo software, it is very much useful for now 222 it is coming, right? Yes, it is useful for text analysis and interview analysis and literature review analysis, and audio as well as video can be taken into consideration too, right? See here, this is a home, import, create, explore, share. It is there in the top, at the top you can see. Whether you are able to see this home, Somebody, at least Dr. Sneha, you can say yes or no, whether you are able to see file, home, import, create, and explore and share.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. With the import, we can import the files. After that, with the create, we can create the attributes which are there, and explore, we can go with the analysis part, and after that, it can be shared. And this is this left-hand side, you can see file and notes and cases. Likewise, these are the shortcut keys which are available. First, I will go ahead with importing some of the data files, because already some file is there in the thematic analysis. It is in the desktop, because theme open for your class. I have went with some of them. See here, and for this we went with there are some depiction which were made by Kushi. Okay, Kushi I have inputted, and next, sorry, next Mitushi I have added import. Okay, then the other file, that is Prakar. Open the file, input the file, right? And one more file on Twinkle by Twinkle. This was the survey done, and based on that, the importing had been done. Okay. So other than that, you may think that only files can be included. No, not like that. Here you can see the Excel can also be included here. And from SurveyMonkey, if you are going with the survey part, using the SurveyMonkey, it can be imported. Sometimes you may be having the Manly software or else Citavi software. With that, you can go ahead with some of the review of literature. You may be having enough review, that is EndNote review or rough work or Zotero. From there, you can go ahead with the analysis part. You can include, import all the data. For example, if I am going to do some work on happiness index, because one of you would have, I saw the presentation, it was there. So if you are doing the work, all the review of literature which are there can be dragged in. Likewise, I have dragged based on the survey. Likewise, you can import the file and drag, or else you can go ahead with the PDF file also. Sometimes you can go with the audio and video also, which can be incorporated here. Right? Got it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
First, you have imported the file. Okay. Now, you want to explore the word frequency in the file, right? For word frequency in the file, these are the files which are included. That is the survey which was done, the depiction by Kushi, Mitushi, and Prabhakar, and Twinkle. Now, most of the items, the filler words may be of 3 words, so let us go with 5 words, right? And moreover, if you are going with the exact matching, for example, talk means talk only, we can go. Or else sometimes the stemmed words, the talking which is related to that, or the adjective form can be included. Sometimes the synonymous words can be included. Sometimes the specific specialization words can also be incorporated with, and the generalized part also. And after that, you are going with run query. And this questionnaire was, first of all, I should also say about that, it was on the analysis of the advertisement part, advertisement, sales promotion, with the credibility, entertainment value, and the product identification likewise. With that, now we do have the total summary, what they have depicted. That is, the number of 68 times the word advertising had been used with, with a weighted percentage of 4.16. Likewise, for each, you have, right? Yes, sir, I am not able to, because based on the, I said that based on the prevalence of the word, based on the uniqueness of the word, it will capture. Likewise, it had been captured. or else write. If it is not possible, no, I want to go ahead with the stemmed words rather than this. You can go with the stemmed words also, because here the advertisement, see here the similar words, advertise, advertised, advertisement, advertiser, all the words are captured. Now the weight percentage is 6.49. Sometimes you can go ahead with the synonymous words also. Advertisement is something to do with the promotion part, so it is included here. Likewise, the online, it is the single word, and moreover the synonymous words are not there. Likewise, making has something to do with the cause and cost and the creating also, so all are included. Likewise, with the specification of words also, we can go ahead with the running the query. See here all the things which were with the similar words, most of them are with the communication. Now you got the theme exactly. It is with communication. Yes, I want to go ahead with the generalized generalization. Generalization means the total thing which are related to that will be clubbed together, and now you can find out the weight percentage of each and everywhere. If you go ahead with the the single word exact match, the advertisement had the great weightage. Whereas when you are going with the generalization part, the communication happened to be the great weightage. For example, first, if you see the exact match, it was like this. That is the count of a single word. If you want to go ahead with the count of a single word also, you can go ahead with. Next part is here in the right-hand side corner, you can see the word cloud. I think most of you may be knowing word cloud. Here, it depicts, for example, advertising. Advertising is the word with the broader word, it is the higher frequency word which was uttered. After that, the next word was online. Likewise, you can go ahead with the word cloud, and after that, you can export the word cloud and or else copy it into a JPEG format and keep it, right? If you are the same thing, instead of going with the generalization part, if you're going with, for example, you can have the rent query. And for that word cloud, if you see, the advertisement is somewhere inbuilt actually. The communication is the most uttered theme. So here also the weightage of the theme can be found out. And the online and advertisement do have the equal value, but however, the value is least, and we can find it out. And yes, once again to going with, so here the advertisement and online advertisement, after that summary, you know, after that word cloud and the tree map. Tree map shows the depth. For example, if you're clicking here and seeing what exact, how many times it had been used, we can find it out. It's not, see here, because I went with the 4 or 5 only, this many times the word advertising had been used. But if it is with the enough data, for example, if you are not having, if you are having about 100 data, that is, you are going with the cross-section analysis and the case studies, enough case studies are there. If you're dumping that, it may be the easy part. For I'm showing an example with 5. Likewise, you can do with 100 or 200 also. Based on that, you can go ahead with the thematic analysis. And after that, the cluster analysis part, we'll zoom it out. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. See here how they are interrelated. Now, whether you got the idea how to go ahead with the thematic analysis part, that is once again, I will say, first you have to import the files, and after that the file can be in a survey mode, it can be Excel sheet, or it can be from Mandy, that is a review of literature. And after that, you have to go with exploring that. You can go with the word frequency, number of times the word uttered. That is, I said that based on the uniqueness of the word, or else based on the prevalence of the word with the internal consistency part, and based on that, the total software will do your total analysis and find out, that is, it will be going ahead with the query, that is a summary part, the word cloud, and the tree mapping, and the cluster. If you want to have the further analysis, you can go ahead with saying that this is the analysis which is being made, and after that you can copy the diagram, also export the diagram or copy the diagram, and you in the JPEG format you can copy that. Okay. Yes, friends. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you listening me?
Yes, sir.
Now you know about the NVO software, NVO interface that is available, and how to enter the data into it, and how to go ahead with creating the word cloud and word frequency chart, word tree chart, that is cluster mapping, and creation of nodes, right? Yes, creation of nodes is left behind. Based on the nodes, we will be going ahead with the matrix coding and the cross tabulation charts graph, right? Coming to the software. Okay. First files you have created, these are the files. Now you are going to create the node. You are going to create first of all, you ought to see this also, because or else you may be not clear where exact why I have to go ahead with this node. I will go see here. This was a question, that is whether the construct of online advertisement and purchase intention, and the variables are the entertainment, credibility, and the product information, and good for economy. And if you want to see clearly, see the survey form. The survey form is like this. We went with the name, gender, age, designation, qualification, ID, and 5 open-ended questions were asked related to that variable, and all were open-ended questions. Based on this, there is no yes or no answer, nominal, ordinal, nothing is there. And here we went with the open-ended question. Based on the open-ended question, they have given the information. So now we will go ahead with nodes. First, new node. One such node was entertainment. Right? Okay. Okay. Next node was on credibility. Okay. Okay. Third node was on product information, and other node was on good for economy. Right? Now you have the nodes. Okay. Now you have the files also. You know the files. That is, you do have the Kushi file, and after that Mithushi file, and you have Prabhakar file, and that is the Twinkle file. The same questions were asked with Kushi and Mithushi, Prabhakar, and Twinkle. And for that, we can, for example, these are the nodes. Here, with the nodes, we can find out the credibility part. Where it is credibility? Credibility is here. That is Kushi, so it is a Twinkle, right? Kushi, she had said something on the credibility and trustworthiness. This part. Hello? 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 Are you, am I audible? Yes, sir. See here, the Kushi, the credibility worth, it is taken and dragged and kept in credibility. Okay. And Kushi has said something about the market information, product information also. This product information pertaining to that, it can be copied from here and it can be dragged in product information. And entertainment value, she has given some information on entertainment value. Here also we went with the stop, everything, and entertainment value. Okay. And she has given good for economy also. That is, she has given good for economy information. That is starting from here to here. Because as it is an open question, some may give the least information, some may give more information. It is with Kushi. After that, Mitushi, she also gave some information on the entertainment value, which can be dragged and kept here. And likewise, the product information also, the product information, it can be kept here. And credibility and trustworthiness, she has given some information, but she has answered very short and sweet. And yes, it can be dragged here and it can be kept here. And yes, good for economy also, she has given some information on good for economy. Let us copy it and paste it here. Likewise, a prakar, the same thing which is to be done. That is entertainment value. The prakar has given some information, and he has given some information on the credibility and trustworthiness, and about the good for economy also. But product information, he has not given. Twinkle, if you see, she has given the information on the entertainment value and the product information also, and about the credibility part also. And good for economy too. Yes, now you have created the node. Okay. Hello. Now you have created the nodes, and there are variables. That is, the entertainment is one variable, and credibility one variable, and the product information one variable, and good for economy is one variable, based on the online advertisement and the purchase intention, which is the construct. Based on the literature and the expert advice also, we can come out with. And now you are going ahead with the response and finding the files. Now you have coded, and here it is not only with the nodes, you can go ahead with the sentiment also. Sometimes it may be positive, negative, based on the relationship also we can go ahead with. And the relationship type also. Now I will go ahead with case explore matrix coding, not matrix coding, it is explore. Oh, it is right. Now the codes are being made, right? And moreover, for structural equational modeling also, it is needed. Now, we don't know about the cases which are prevailing exactly. Okay. Now we have created the nodes. That is, first we have created the files. After that, the nodes or sentimental or relationship type. Now we will go ahead with the cases. Cases, we have to click new case. First, you have to select the case, new case, first demography. For example, demography is the case, okay? And with the demography, you can select demography and add the attributes. Classification is there. New classification. Here you can go ahead with gender. One minute. New cases, demographic, classification, case classification, no, classification, attributes, it is not same. Demography, it is not coming here. Create place classification, demography. Right? Here in the demography, you have to go ahead with the new attributes. For example, one of the attribute is gender. See here, with this, the new attribute, first one attribute is gender. Right? That is, and we have to add the value. Add the value in the sense for male. And after that, we can add one more, female also. Okay. And that is gender, one classification we have made. And other attribute can be with the profession of the person. And add the value as a teacher. And add the value as a student. 1 minute. Hello. I'm in meeting. And one more, we can go ahead with the research scholar. Okay. Now you have added the case, the demography, and with that component, it is, I'm saying, it's the age and profession. Likewise, you can go ahead with the demography, for example, based on the edaphic factors, because we do have about 21 agroeco zones. With that also you can classify. Likewise, you can do that, right? Now, we will go ahead with the demography, and now we have the files, you know, the files which is there, and the file Kushi. First, you have to select the file. Male, female, profession, value add teacher, student, this is scholar. Now you can assign the value. For example, gender, Kushi, she is a female, right? Mithu, she, female, right? Prakar, male. Twinkle, female. And likewise, a profession also, teacher, and the other maybe student, and other the research scholar, and other the student. Okay. Now you can go ahead with the explore. Go ahead with the matrix coding part. Matrix coding here, you can select the items that is first with the particular theme. Now you go ahead with the run query. Now from this, you can find out that the credibility, for credibility, Kushi has given some information. And Mithushi, she has also given some information. Prabhakar, he has given one information, and Twinkle one information. And moreover, there were no information with respect to the product information from Prakar. So it is being depicted as 0. So from this, we can go ahead with the chart too. It is a 3-dimensional chart because moreover, all the data were equal. It is coming like this. But if you see, one person has not, Prakar has not given the information. So it is coming like this. It is a 3-dimensional chart, and you can export that, and you can copy it and export the chart as you want. And there is a lacuna of Prakar. It is a depiction which is shown, right? And yes, if you want to go ahead with, because this is also, if you see here, one more, if you want to explore with the cross tabulation part, that is you are going ahead with that is see here, first cross tabulation part, you are selecting all the 4, right? Okay. And here initially with the gender only, you can go ahead with the profession also, and you can run the query. And from this, you can find out that is a number of person who are teach. 1 minute. Hello. So with this also, we can find out how many teachers were there and how many students were there and how many research scholars were there who gave the depiction on credibility and who gave the depiction on entertainment, likewise. And here we can come out with the chart that is with who are the professions and how they went with that is all the variables and gave the depiction. It is for example, but however, you can go ahead with your own demo also. And moreover, for exploring, this is regarding the cross tabulation and matrix that is coding. You can also go ahead with the comparison diagram. That is the comparison of files. Comparison of files means 2 files. For example, Mithushi and Prakar, for example, both of them I am selecting. You can have this diagram that is a Prakar and Prakar and Kushi have given the information pertaining to entertainment, credibility, and good for economy. But Prakar has not given any information regarding the product information. That is, only Kushi has given some information related to the product information. Likewise, you can go ahead with, for example, you can go ahead with the comparison of diagram. You can explore and go ahead with the comparison diagram within nodes also. Because, for example, if you are selecting two nodes or two nodes, if you are selecting, see here, in this node also, all the respondents, that is a Kushi, Mitushi, Twinkle, they were giving information on the product information and what to say, good for economy. And if you see, all of them, they have given the information and the coding was there, but except Prakar, who has not given information on the product, that is a PI, that is a product information. He has not given any information. He has given the information regarding the good for economy only. Got it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So now, first thing you have to do is import the file. It can be Excel sheet or else a PDF or else from Facebook, Twitter, anything. You can incorporate that. And after importing the file, you have to go with the nodes. You have to create the nodes. And it may be the nodes with the sentimental value also. That is, sentimental means yes, no, awareness part, likewise, the relationship also and relationship type also. After that, you have to go with the cases. Cases in the sense you are giving the variables with the quantification part for male one or female. Likewise, based on that, you can go ahead with the demographic classification. After that, you can go ahead with the map part also. Map part gives the total comparison. That is the comparison diagram. You can see comparing the files, comparing the nodes, and comparing the cases. And moreover, it can also be used for the network sociogram as well as the hierarchy chart. And moreover, as I said, this what to say, explore part, explore, sometimes we can go ahead with the word frequency in other way around also. That is, instead of going with the comparison, that is, you can go ahead with exploring the data with the cluster analysis part also. That is a cluster analysis part. That is, you know how to go ahead with the cluster analysis. This cluster analysis will come with the different various facets. That is, different various diagram will be there. The comparison diagram will be totally different. Likewise, for the nodes also, after the nodes, you are going with the matrix coding, and the matrix coding, you know how to go ahead with. That is, first you have to go ahead with the variables, after that the themes, and after that you can find the nodes and the chart. Right? The mind mapping, as I said already, the mind mapping. The main thing is here you can go ahead with a Humpty number of times and come out with the clear-cut data set. And this is regarding how to go ahead with the, what to say, Nvo software, because the Nvo software is very much essential. And the major contribution is you can go ahead with the content analysis part. The content analysis refers to the verbal or the behavioral data to classify and summarize. And sometimes there may be narrative analysis also. There may be stories which are there. And for them also, you can go ahead with the analysis part. Sometimes with the disclosure analysis, the method of analysis to naturally, that is based on the naturally occurring talks. So for example, this is what the psychiatrists they use. They will ask the question, based on the question you will be answering. Based on that, their disclosure analysis will be done. And the framework analysis is also the other part, which is there inbuilt. That is the charting, mapping, and interpretation. And grounded theory, I think you may be knowing grounded theory. With the single case, you can formulate the theory and the additional cases going ahead with that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Any question?
Venkatesan is asking, is there any limitation for the number of respondents to be recorded?
Yes, sir. Kritika, yes, it is a great question. Is there any limitation for number of respondents to be coded? And for coding, there is no problem with the number of respondents because I want to depict that. So for coding, we went with the 5 samples, actually 5 cases. If you want to go ahead with the more number, it's not a problem. But with the analysis part, you can go ahead with the particular set of analysis. After that, for the the analysis with the word frequency, there is a comparison. For comparison, you can go ahead with the 2 only. For that sake, it is with 2, or else you can go ahead with a Humpty number, even with the 50 or 60 also. It's not a problem. Yes, sir. Any other question? And first thing which you have to do is all the students, you have to ask Dr. Vijay Abhinandan sir to purchase Thematic Analysis, that is Nvo 12 software first. If at all, if it is not possible, first to go with the Nvo 12 software, the free version, the 14 days free version, trial version, you use that first. Because unless or otherwise you practice, nothing will happen. That is, you try with because of the same type of analysis we went with the farmers also with the different other demographic pattern. Likewise, you can also go ahead with the analysis part, and sometimes mentally, yes, it is available, and or else you can go with for at least with meta-analysis. You collect because you may be now having the area where you are going to have the project that is your thesis on. Based on that, you prepare and you collect the information, you put all the review of literature in that and see what is the construct mapping which is being done. And it will be a great review paper also. You can try with that. With a 14 days trial version, it is a practical which is given to you on behalf of Dr. Abhinandan sir. That is the first you go with the review of literature, because now at present you do know the title. It may be, I don't know what exact title was given to you. That is some may be having with the training need assessment or perception analysis. Likewise, you may be having enough title. Based on that, you collect all the review of literature, that is literature, you place it and find it out. And based on that, you come out with the thematic analysis with the 14 days trial pack. On behalf of Dr. Abhinandan sir, I'm giving this, I'm asking you to have a practical session also. And moreover, after the analysis, Dr. Abhinandan sir will go through and it can be published as a review paper also.
Yeah. Very nice gesture, sir. Thank you. Any questions, please, from the participants?
Sir, I think this goes very well with focus group discussions or focus group methodology, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
For focus group discussion, because focus group discussion, one person will be there who is having the total view what exactly is going on. But regarding the conversation, the main part of the lacuna is the person who is documenting. Because in focus group discussion, we do have 2 or 3 persons. One person will be documenting what is going on. And instead of going with the written documentation, the best part is going ahead with the video or audio documentation. After that, a transcription and translating. The main problem with the Nvo software is we can't go with the local language. We can go ahead with the English language only. And moreover, it is giving good result as such. For that, the transcription and the translation part is needed.
Sir, even web content analysis also can be done with by using this software.
What is that?
Websites, content analysis.
Yes, sir. Website also, even with the Facebook also, Twitter also. Twitter, we can see from all over the world how many tweets came on a specific area. We can capture the notes also. And in that software, in the left-hand side, end capture will be there. End capture, if you click end capture, we can find, for example, Swachh Bharat. with the tweet, if you are finding out, we can find out who are the person from which area they have informed. Yes, it is possible. It is a way of scientization study also.
Sir,
That is, for example, we can find it out for your literature, Dr. Abhinandan sir literature, how many of them they cited.
yeah.
That analysis can also be done.
Oh.
And moreover, you can find out the network analysis also. The network analysis in the sense from Bapatla College, how many papers went and how many in how many disciplines and who were the other authors from other discipline and how many of them they saw this paper. Likewise, also analysis can be done. And now one drive platform, it is being inbuilt up by NAARM to find out that is the number of papers and number of co-authors and the cross-sectional networking also. And now the platform is for copyright and it will be released as at earliest. And moreover, as you or PG students and PhD students, you can go ahead with the software, the Android software, which you may be having Android phone, is it not? All of you are having phone or not?
Yeah, they are having, sir.
They are nodding their head. Seeing the professor, they are saying that we are not having phone also.
No, sir, they are.
They are having phone. Sir is liberal enough. He is allowing you to come with phone, right? In the phone, you in the Play Store, you can find Prioritize or Agree Prioritize. Agree Prioritize. It is an app developed by NAARM along with CDAC. And moreover, it is copyrighted. You can use it. It's not a problem. And there you can go ahead with, you can use that. For problem prioritization, you can use that app. Because for problem prioritization, we used to go with RBQ and VBI. Here, it is not needed. It is inbuilt. Because you may be having, because most of the farmers may be having enough problems. You can rank the problem, and after that, you can find which is the problem which is to be addressed also. That way, you can do that. First, you humble request, you all go with, as you are having Android phone, go to Play Store, Agree Prioritize, you can open, and after that, you can go ahead with the step-by-step and prioritize the problem. That may be useful for constraint prioritization because you may be going with the ranking. Is it not? For that also, you can use this. Yes, any question?
Chat box.
Sir, this is a wonderful, actually wonderful software or wonderful package, sir. I think this can go well with all the thesis, all the extension thesis.
Yes.
So somewhere for some or the other component, definitely we can use this Nvo component and do interpolations.
You can see Humpty number of papers on Nvo 12 software, and not only with the agriculture extension perspective, it can be used for anything, any thematic analysis. For example, if a person is going, because one of the person is not there at present, I think, from Karimnagar KVK. Karimnagar KVK, he has done some work or research on the adaptability of climate resilient agriculture. For that, he can call out everything, and you can, based on that also, he can go with the analysis part. With the case study, we are just, yes, extension scientists are very good in documenting all the success stories and case studies. What next? For that, we can go ahead with the construct mapping or construct specification using the Nvo software. Yes, friends, any other question?
Any more from student side, faculty side? Really, it is a good presentation, sir. In fact,
Yeah.
so
And
many.
it is a request that you ought to buy, sir.
Yeah,
Buy this software, or else if students do wish, whenever they are crossing Hyderabad, they can use the software. It is IP based, or else I can give, because it is in my system only. It can't be used. That is the thing. Yeah. And so they can use our consultant Kalyani. She is there, and she is well versed with this. And they can come anytime. They can use my system, And after the analysis, they can move. It's not a problem, right? Because it is with inbuilt with the system. It is IP based. That is the thing. Or else you can purchase. It's not
So nice of you, sir.
right.
In fact, as a university head, I wanted my faculty also to come one day to NAARM and to get complete hands-on experience under
Okay,
your
okay.
guidance, sir. If you accept, that can be
Yeah.
done. Huh?
Yeah,
I will
because
approach the
now also some of the CFA students, I don't know, CFA staff or student,
Yeah.
they all have joined. Moreover, we are going to CFA also from April, and there also we will be going with all the conceptualization, everything. In that regard, yes, moreover, it may be useful for them also. And moreover, you are most welcome, sir. It's not a problem. You can come along with the students also, and they can also have a view. Because I don't know, this their first year MSc students, they would have not gone for all India tour also. Now the COVID situation is getting reduced. They can come over here anytime. Welcome, sir.
In fact, thank you very much, sir, for having done a
Thank you, sir.
overview of the thematic analysis using Nvo software. In fact, it has got direct application by all the PG and PhD students and also the faculty of the agriculture extension. Not only agriculture extension, the others also can be used. Can make use of it, sir. Wonderfully, you have depicted, highlighting the importance, what is it, and also what are the steps involved in it, and theoretically, and also using Nvo software, how it can be done, how report can be generated for various sources of the data collection through interview or case study or anything, Facebook, Twitter, all the things. You come up with generating the report, and it can be written as publication also. It can also be included in all the thesis also. Wonderful papers can be produced from this using this software, sir. Thank you very much, sir. In fact,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think, hope several in chat box also, the participants are conveying thanks to your presentation, sir. Excellent presentation they have indicated. Within short time, I could able to contact you, and also you have made it possible to deliver this topic. And this is topic of your choice, in fact.
Yes, because now only the program was there, winter school was there. At the time, the same topic was there. Or else I would have taken with the other topic also. It's
But
not a problem.
excellent.
Because the PowerPoint was there, exactly.
Excellent treatment. I request you, sir, to share that PPT so that I can give it to the, I can share it to the participants.
Yes, PPT will be shared. I will request her. It will be shared at the earliest. It's not a problem.
This on behalf of the Department of Agriculture Extension Education, Agriculture College, Bapatla, and also Acharya Enjiranga Agriculture University, and on behalf of IDP team, I profusely thank Dr. P. Venkatesan, Principal Scientist of Extension, working in NAARM, Rajendra Nagar, for having delivered a topic on thematic analysis using Nvo software. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of the participants also. I thank all the participants who have taken their pains, and even on Saturday, I do understand Saturday is a holiday for some of the states. Even then, you have made it possible to come and participate in this workshop on Thursday. And one announcement, on Monday, we will have a topic on confirmatory factor analysis. That is another important tool that can effectively be used in our PG and PhD research also. And that will be dealt by Dr. A. Dandapani. Again, he is working as a principal scientist in NAARM, and we will be meeting on Monday at 2 p.m. I request the participants to join just a while before. 1:45 link is provided. At 1:45, you can all join. And those who have participated continuously for 5 days, they will be getting the e-certificate. Okay, sir. With this, I thank all the people and all my supporting staff, all my co-organizing secretaries for making it a success for all these 3 days. And we will be joining on Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you very much.